Hello, my loves. Elsie here with a full moon reading. As you know, tonight is the strawberry full moon, right? And it is in the sign of Sagittarius. What does that mean? Well, I'm going to encourage you to Google what it means for your sign, your sun, moon, and rising. But generally the Sagittarius strawberry moon, because it is in Sagittarius. It's a time now for things that you have planted a long while ago. It's time for those things to bloom. So this is going to be a time of saying goodbye to maybe people or places or things that no longer serve you. It's time to let go. Yeah, that's what this moon is doing for us. It's going to help us let go. It's a time of revelation, my friends. It's time of revelation. Some of you might get that revelation through meditation, through journaling. It's a time of being creative. It's a time for drawing and painting and writing poetry. And, I'm just going to encourage you to Google some full moon rituals. I have my own, and what I usually do is I just write down the things that I want to let go, and this abalone shell here is what I burn those in. So be careful if you're using any fire for your ritual. Please do that outside in a safe place, and be careful with that. You don't want to hurt anybody. But I will write things down, the things that I would like to release under the full moon, and I will burn those things and say a prayer of sorts. And so you find the ritual that's best for you. For those of you who have crystals, you might want to charge those under the moon tonight. All right, so here we go. We're going to start off with Moonology. Why not? Seems fitting, right? And for those of you who are here brand new, thank you for clicking here. If this is your first reading, and if you've just recently joined 10 of Cups Tarot, I would really love to see you in the comments, just so I could get your name, see who you are, even if it's just an emoji or a thumbs up. Please choose to exchange some energy with me so I can get as close to you as I can through these readings. Okay. So here we go. This is the full moon reading. Strawberry full moon. Tell me what is going on for the collective. Tell us what energies we're to be expecting. All right. Under the bottom of the deck, we've got work through your fears. This is exactly what is going on. You'll be working through your fears. Things that you were scared to let go of, I feel that you'll be letting go of those things and replacing them with new things. It's a time of renewal, right? So we have first, conclusions are within your reach. And it says full moon eclipse. Now, we don't have an eclipse this time, but we do have the full moon energy. And conclusions are within your reach. And so I feel that a lot of us over the next little while we're still in the full moon energies, I feel like you will be making some really big moves or decisions about your life. We have look at the bigger picture. Again, look at that, full moon in Sagittarius. There you go. Crowning the reading, right? Full moon in Sagittarius. It says, look at the bigger picture. And I feel as this moon comes really close to us, it comes, I believe the strawberry, what I read, this is strawberry moon comes the closest to the earth. And it really does change things. It is an energy that, plays with our body chemical and plays with the ocean and the environment, and so many things are supercharged. We have here meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. So again, that was what I read. It is a great time for meditation, and after you meditate, journal, write down the things that are coming to you, the downloads that you're getting. Let's take a look here. What else do we have, please, for the collective? What energies are going to be under this full moon tonight? For the collective, please. If you're brand new and you're just clicking here today, thank you for doing that. I hope you will stay. And if you are my ride or die, you click in here all the time, you know how much I love you. Gratitude, gratitude, always, always gratitude. Thank you so much. All right, so conclusions are within reach. Let's see what kinds of conclusions are within reach here. Well, we have healing, we have the 9 of Cups, and we have the 10 of Swords. Interesting, very interesting. So conclusions, right? That is a conclusion right off the top. That is a conclusion. Something that has been in your energy that has, you know, had you kind of on the ropes, collective, you know, kind of making you feel as though you are feeling unsettled. That's what it feels like. But I feel as though the conclusion for some of you that's within reach is that this healing is going to come to a conclusion. So I feel like for some of you, you've been trying to heal old wounds for a while. And I feel as though it's like a switch is going to flick, and then all of a sudden you'll be like, no, I'm not doing this to myself anymore. I'm not. And for some of you, the healing is going to bring wish fulfillment. Things that you've been wishing about, things that you've been wanting. I feel as though that wish fulfillment is coming because of this conclusion. The conclusion is now within reach because of the full moon. Now, the 10 of Swords is the most terrible ending, right? It's you've been stabbed in the back. It's been communications and connections that have been tough and terrible. And, you know, swords are double-edged and everybody's bleeding. It's being lied to. Yeah, somebody stabbing you in the back. So it's not the best ending, but anything that has been on your heart or your mind that has been making you sad, you can now put those things down. The conclusion is now within reach for you. And I feel as though with the 4 of Swords here, that the healing is what is going to allow you to let go of this cycle and start again, to get some clarity about why all of this happened, right? Because after the 10 comes the 1. It's the Ace. The Ace of Swords is about clarity and truth. We have the 6 of Swords in the reverse. Wow, we've got lots of swords. 6 of Swords in the reverse, 4 of Wands in the upright, and the 6 of Wands. So 6 of Swords in the reverse is like, I feel because of the healing, you weren't really able to move. You weren't able to move forward. You're kind of stuck with your mind in the past, thinking about things in the past that hurt you. Well, now, interesting thing is that we have the 6 and the 4, and the 6 and the 4 is 10. We've got the 10 of Swords here. So it was going to end anyway, okay? So for some of you, you're holding on to the thought of someone that you thought maybe was coming back, or the thought of someone that really hurt you. And it's time for you to let that go. That really is what this full moon is about. It's about now you're going to reap what you sowed in the past. Things that you have planted and nurtured and loved are going to bloom, and you're going to say goodbye to the things that were hurtful, right? The words and connections and communications that weren't kind. We have the 4 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. Again, the 4 and the 6. We have the 4 and the 6 and the 4 and the 6, which is 10. So you're not only going to be dropping the burden of maybe deception, maybe someone lied to you or just stabbed you in the back, someone that you felt that you knew really well and you thought that they loved you, but I also feel like you're going to unburden yourself with that. We have the 6 of Wands, which tells me that there is victory on the table here. Yeah, and the 4 of Wands is about you finally finding your footing. And the 4 of Wands is, of course, it is fire energy. And for some, it does represent sort of a halfway to marriage kind of thing. And for some of you, that could be true because these two are right above and below each other here, the 9 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. So I feel as though someone's wish fulfillment might be in instability. Someone's wish fulfillment might be in a stable relationship. These are the things that you should probably talk to the universe about during your ritual tonight. And so when I do my ritual, y'all, I write down the things that I would like to let go, things that I want to let go of. And I do call my energy back from people who misuse it, right? So I do that. And then after I say my prayer, then I do write down the things that I wish and hope for under the moon. And those are the things that I want in the future, the manifestations, friends, family. You know, that's when I say prayers for other people as well. We have looking at the bigger picture here. So you're being admonished to look at the bigger picture, because I feel as though for some of you, it's been really silent. For some of you, you've been waiting for a connection and it's been really silent. You feel as though things are not moving ahead. We have the Ace of Cups, and I feel like you are holding this Ace of Cups with hope. Hope that maybe this is the moon. Maybe this is the full moon that will grant me this love. I feel like you're holding on to this cup because you have a feeling that there still is some sort of a viable opportunity that's coming toward you. We have the Seven of Wands, and what's making you defensive is that the Prince of Pentacles is in the reverse. The Prince is the Knight in this deck. So the Knight of Pentacles is in the reverse. I feel like you're talking or you're feeling something about a partnership. We've got 3 pentacles above the head of the Prince. And so I feel like for some of you, your wish or part of your ritual will be that under this Sagittarius full moon, which is exactly what this card is, kind of blowing me away really, that it's come up here at the crown of your reading. So the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, there is still love here. There is still love here, but it feels like it's stalled or stopped or isn't moving right now. And it could be due to an energy that you're carrying. You could be throwing out an energy of that shit doesn't happen for me. None of that stuff. I don't ever get the happiness of riding off into the sunset on a white horse. I feel like you don't believe that it can be yours. And so the Seven of Wands is about you protecting yourself against what things that may hurt you. Yeah. There it is. We've got the Five of Swords. We've got Strength, and we've got the Devil. So we've got Capricorn energy, we've got Leo energy. It's the only 2 major arcana that have showed up so far. You have for some of you, I feel like the stall might be because you will it so. You're like, yeah, no, I can't deal with this right now. I'm not. For some of you, the Knight of Pentacles is in the reverse because you're like, no, I'm good. No, brah, I'm good. Stay where you are. And for others of you, I feel like you're ready to fight for a connection that you find intoxicating. And when I say intoxicating, I feel like that's what the Devil is here. It's temptation. It's intoxication. And I feel like this is something that you really want to fight for. And you're trying to find the strength. For those of you who are waiting on this connection and it still is a viable connection for you, I feel as though you're trying to muster the strength to fight for this connection, to just take one more step into the darkness, even though you can't see what's on the path ahead. I feel like that's what it is for some of you, it's the fear of, if I fight for this, am I going to use all my strength to fight for this, even though I don't feel as though it's coming forward for me. But understand there's an Ace of Cups here. It is a viable love connection. It's just not moving right now. We've got meditate and contemplate. And that was some of the things that I read as I was going over, a lot of documents on the internet. You should never just read one because everybody has something different to say. And I always like to, have an open mind and receive information with people who have more knowledge than me. I also have a favorite person that I watch online that combines her tarot with her incredible deep knowledge of astrology, and that is Kathy over at Divine Debut 11. If you're interested in watching her readings are really kind of incredible, the way she is so very versed in astrology. Okay, so we've got meditate and contemplate. So what should you be meditating and contemplating about? Now, the thing is that we've got the new moon in Pisces, and we all know, if you've been here long enough, you know that Pisces is essentially psychic. It's the knowing. Pisces is the knowing. So Pisces is the high priestess, could be a light worker, could be someone who just has a knowing that this is just taking longer than it should, but it's still a viable love connection. So we have meditate and contemplate. What should you be meditating and contemplating? Eight of Pentacles. Whether or not you want to put any more work into this connection that you've been waiting on. This also, for some of you, you're going to be meditating and contemplating on self-care, self-love. This is self-mastery as well. The Eight of Pentacles, well, any way you look at it, it is about hard work, whether that's at your workplace or working hard on yourself or working hard to reach a goal. It is, the Eight of Pentacles is always about hard work, being very grounded, being very logical in the way that you're thinking about what you're doing. Got the Five of Pentacles. And the Two of Cups, look at that. For some of you, this connection here, this Knight of Pentacles that is in the reverse, this energy that's taking too long to come toward you, could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, it doesn't have to be. But I feel as though that for some of you, you are in complete and total disconnect with your person. Either they've blocked you or you've blocked them, or you're just not speaking, you're not on speaking terms, or for some of you, they're thinking of you and you're thinking of them, but nobody is talking to each other here. So the Eight of Pentacles is about working on self. And the Five of Pentacles is, I feel like some of you are sort of in the contemplation of, you know what, I've been disconnected from me. Maybe it's time to love myself more. I've been disconnected from myself. And for some of you, that's going to be true. Your meditation and contemplation is going to be about, how can I make me better? It's not about them. It's not about them not coming forward. It's never about them, my friends. It's never about them. Everything starts with you. All of it. So whatever you don't like in the other person, and we've had people come through here and slander the ex and slander the, just remember that we know, those of us who have elevated ourselves and see you for who you are, that is work that you have to do within you. That has nothing to do with them. And when you speak those words, you bounce it off the universe and it bounces back. So for some of you, it is going to be about self-help. It's going to be about self-care, learning to love you, mastery of self, and feeling disconnected or in lack. Feeling disconnected or in lack of, maybe you don't have enough love for you. And I think that for some of you, that's going to change. You're going to realize that it is always been about you. And if you stop worrying about the love that you want to throw at someone else, pull that love back and throw it at you. Buy yourself a good meal. Get yourself in the bathtub with the lights off and the candles on and a glass of wine or your favorite hot chocolate. Love yourself. For others of you, I feel like someone you've been disconnected from for a long time, someone to whom it's been very silent with them. Someone you may have worked with for some of you, because the Eight of Pentacles can also be in the workplace. But I feel as though this person has been working on themselves, this person that's been disconnected from you, but they've not forgotten you. I feel like the Two of Cups is here for a reason. This person that you're disconnected from, the one that hurt you, by disconnecting from you, by blocking you, by not returning your texts or just going silent or leaving you unread, I feel like that person is the one that we're talking about. The meditation and contemplation, I feel, is going to be partly about that, and a reunion. Three of Cups. Now, I feel like somebody here has been in deep regret about not being able to move forward with you, because we have 3 and 2, which is 5, and those are 5 cups, and that is regret. I didn't see the love. I didn't see it. It was behind me while I was distracted, right? Because we know that the traditional picture, if you've watched tarot long enough, is 3 cups are poured out in front of this person and there's 2 cups behind them in which they don't see. So someone now is going to see your love for what it is, and I feel like through your meditation, your mantras, your contemplation, your journaling, I feel like you're going to pull that person in. Look at that. Wow. Y'all. And it's good news. Sure is. Do you understand how we go from all of these swords and feeling defensive about a situation you knew that was supposed to come to you and hasn't arrived. And you're feeling a little bit frightened about that, scared, right? Scared, like, should I put more energy into this? The strength is here. The universe is saying, look, I'm giving you all the strength that you need. And should I fight for it? For some of you, that's going to be the question you're asking yourself tonight. Should I still fight for it? Or should I write something down? Should I ask for a disconnection from this person and just use that as my ritual? I understand, if it is a twin flame, you cannot disconnect from your twin flame. You will always have them attached to you. But we have the Three of Cups, which is the reunion, right? Somebody is wanting to have a reunion with you. We have the Ten of Cups, which tells me that it's a really highly emotionally charged reunion, but it's going to make you happy. Yeah, all 10 cups. Your emotional cups are going to be filled because of this love, this person who is disconnected from you. And guess what? They're showing up as the Page. The Page of Wands is about a few things. The Page of Wands is about good news. The Princess is the Page. You know, on its face, the Page of Wands is about good news. It's about learning something new. So for some of you, what's going to give you happiness is that you're going to come to some conclusions. And you're going to realize that it's okay if this thing takes long, because anything that is worth waiting for is worth having. Right? It's worth waiting for it if you want to wait for it. Now, when I say wait, y'all, I'm not saying sit at the window with a tear rolling down your cheek all dramatic and waiting for someone to come on their white horse and pick you up. That's not what I'm saying. When I say waiting for, I mean stop giving yourself away to people who are not blessed by your energy, right? And for my religious friends, right, throwing pearls before swine. If someone's not going to respect you, then stop throwing your love at them, essentially. And I feel like when we see the Page of Wands is fun and flirty and young, and the pages are young, right? So they don't have really a full understanding of what it means to be on a passionate path, but this person's going anyway because it's like they don't know any better, right? And they're just going to go with what is in the now, which is happy and fun and passionate. Somebody here is going on a path of passion, a brand new path of passion, because this Ten of Cups is showing up for you. Yeah. Interesting. Look at that, y'all. Something is coming to an end. You know what I think it is? I think it's the conclusions. Yeah. Something, you're making a decision. The conclusions are within reach, and I think for some of you, you're going to go from these swords being up in your head, not making a decision, feeling badly, feeling betrayed, feeling terrible, to, you know what, maybe it is still coming. There is an Ace of Cups there. Maybe it is on the way to here comes the reunion in love. So we have something that's ending here, and it seems like there is a transformation here. Some of you will be through an ascension. If you want to just go and Google your ascension symptoms, some of you may be in ascension right now. For some of you, what's coming to an end is the person you used to be. You're in transformational energy here, and it makes sense that it's under the moon, transformational energy. And as I said, as I was reading, you know, from the NASA website and from other websites, that this is a transformational energy for the earth, period. So you might want to read about that as well. So the Queen of Pentacles here, I feel like somebody's going to level up. Somebody is in an ascension. Somebody's leveling up to being the queen, the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or the person who is just very, you know, helpful and kind and charitable and willing to give of themselves, whether it's time or money or self. There's the healing. Some of you are going to be going through a healing. Yeah. This moon is going to help you come to conclusions, going to help you look at the bigger picture, and through your meditation and contemplation, you're going to be healed. Yeah. It's kind of beautiful. Really is kind of beautiful. All right. Let's go for a few more oracles, and then we'll get you gone. Here we go. But look at that. Ooh, look at that. Wow. Enlightenment. We were just talking about that. Some of you are just a switch is going to flip over the next few days, and you're like, yeah, I am enlightened. I have to trust that whatever is meant for me will never pass me by. And it's the truth, you guys. I wouldn't tell it to you if I didn't believe it in my soul. Whatever is meant for you will never pass you by. We have leadership here. We have the polar bear. And if you've been with me a while, you know that I live in a province in the center of Canada where we do have polar bears. And I don't live anywhere near there, but I'm in the southern part of my province, closer to the American border. But, you know, the bear shows up in shows up as leadership in a lot of other decks as well. The bear this polar bear never gives up, and always is forging forward, forging new paths, forging forward. The thing about the polar bear is if you go up north and a polar bear finds you, and you happen to get away from that polar bear, if that polar bear picks up your scent and you leave and you come back a year later or 2 years later, that polar bear will pick up on your scent again. It does not give up. And that's why it's the leader. There's nothing that bear cannot do. We have the Enlightenment here. So for some of you, you are going to reach your conclusions and realize that you are enlightened. Look at that boat taking off. Yeah. For some of you, you're going through an ascension. That's what it is. You're going through an ascension, and it's time for you to realize that the enlightenment stage is here. And you are the leader. You are someone that people will follow, or people do follow. And you need to trust that, because the universe is here to say, look, it's your time. It is your time to move forward. We have the foe on enlightenment. There's going to be naysayers. Y'all, there's going to be naysayers. You know what? People show up to my channel all the time. They get stuck in the filter and you never see them, but they're naysayers, right? They're telling me I'm crazy. They're telling me that what I'm doing is you know, I'm charging for services I shouldn't be charging for. Whatever. I can't be bothered, honestly. I can't be bothered to deal with that stuff. So, you know, foe is the enemy, right? Friend or foe. Yeah, this is the foe. And there are going to be people who are going to say, it's not enlightenment. I don't know who you think you are. Well, think who you are, because you know who you are. You do know who you are. We have constancy. You've been waiting to be put in a position of leadership, and for some of you, you're going to level up, as I said. You're in an ascension. You're going to level up to the Queen energy. And I feel like for some of you, you've been waiting on that, waiting for your turn to feel better, to move forward, to have more charity and be kinder and help others. We have service on trust. And I feel for some of you that you've been doing yourself a disservice by not trusting your intuition, by not trusting your gut, by not trusting yourself. And I say yourself because the Eight of Pentacles is under here, and that is about self-mastery. So instead of serving others, I'm going to suggest that you serve yourself. Make yourself the steak dinner and the twice baked potato with the cheesecake for dinner. And no, you're not going to do it every day, but you know what? Get in the tub with a glass of wine and put on your favorite music and turn out the lights and turn on some candles. And so what if no one else is there? Love on you. Be in service of yourself. All right, I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. You guys know that I love you so much. And I'll be back with a bunch of readings for later. Love you guys. Bye-bye.